let's make some noise now. Let's go up to Cleveland. Speaking of the Cavaliers, let's go to the Browns.
I bet you won't.
And
I bet you won't.
And you know, the topic is Shedeur Sanders or Deshaun Watson, who should be the Browns quarterback QB1. You had reports from Browns reporter out there saying that Deshaun Watson has an edge up on Shedeur Sanders. You got reports, you got people debunking that. You got Todd Monken coming out there saying, "Hey, man, is an open competition. Everybody's going to get the reps like this. It's going to change up, you know, depending on whatever decision he makes during the practice times." But yet and still, you have people saying that he has an inside track. He's QB1 for right now. What's your thoughts on all the reports that's going on out there, the things that went viral this past weekend?
Yeah. Well, let me put it all in one big pot before I tell you my opinion. There used to be a time in the NFL you didn't lose your job due to injury. If you sat down because you got hurt, as soon as you were unhurt and could play again, it was your job again. But there also used to be a time where you wasn't getting paid $40 million a year no matter what. There also was a time where when you had a quarterback, you didn't draft two quarterbacks. So a lot of these problems that the Browns have, as we talked about when Cordell Stewart was on with us, a lot of the problems that the Browns are facing, the Browns created. Like we can imagine that when Deshaun was leaving Houston that he wasn't quote unquote worth this money. But we have to also realize that money was where it was because that's what the market got reset to. It's just like the next quarterback in line. It don't matter who they are. They finna get Dak Prescott type money because Dak Prescott reset the market. And he was just a beneficiary of that. Having said all that, here's the deal. Clearly, Shedeur Sanders is the best quarterback on that team. Clearly, Shedeur Sanders has the attention and heartstrings of the fan base and the locker room and what appears to be even a new coaching staff. But what happens up above all that in the GM's office, player personnel office, in particular ownership pockets is, hey, man, we got to eat this $40 million and play Shedeur, or we got to play this dude some, hope somebody else that gets hurt or doesn't perform well, and we create a market for him with somebody to come get him. The business side could come into play and impact Shedeur more than Shedeur's play. I think Shedeur's play has and will continue to demonstrate he is the best quarterback on that team and the most capable quarterback of leading the Browns to playoff wins this year. But that money that's on the table, when you get outside the coaching and the playing and all that upstairs to the front office where it's somebody else's money, I would not be surprised if the Browns ownership are the ones who saying,
been asking
the dude that I got to pay $40 million to no matter what, that's QB1.
I agree with that. I agree with pretty much everything you just said right there. I was trying to listen and see, okay, well, I can come back and say this. I come back and say, well, hell, I agree with everything you said. I'm right there on that. I will say this. I got to throw out something. That's a little bit. I will say this. This is my hot take, my I guess my thought of the week right here.
I bet I agree with you.
I don't know about this one right here, Unc. It might be a little bit. But you might. Has nothing to do with Shedeur or Deshaun right now. It's about that third quarterback, or that fourth one, technically, that they drafted this year. Taylor Green.
Yeah.
I think he's going to light up the preseason. He's going to show some people that he can look like the Deshaun Watson of old. I think the Deshaun Watson that the coaching staff, the ownership are hoping that he'll show up to and look like and show just a resemblance of him, his old self. I think this young kid is going to come in the preseason, and they're going to say, damn, he can make plays. We got to find a way to put him on the field too. Now, having said that, I think that'll open the door, like you said, for a exit before the season end for Deshaun Watson via trade or whatever. Maybe they can't get a trade, but they can increase his value by letting him play. But I think they'll feel like they're in a good position moving on from him with Shedeur, and then with the insurance plan, I would say, of a Taylor Green who has all of the measurables and athletic abilities at that quarterback position, whether you use him as a gadget player or whatever. I think that'll make them feel comfortable. I know he's a project, but they'll make them feel comfortable even more moving on from Deshaun Watson, knowing that they have Shedeur and insurance plan. I think that's where the Browns are right now.
I'm not going to argue with that, Chico. I thought you were going somewhere else, so let me go there real quick on what I would do when I put myself in this messed up situation, and then I'm going to pretend I'm the Browns, because if I pretend I'm the Browns, that means, hey, I'm used to being in messed up situations that I create. In fact, I'm not finna sit around this table and act like this is our first time fucking off 40 million. Like, I'm not finna do that. Like, we have done this before and survived. So here's what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen. Which one of these dudes gonna put asses in the seats? Which one of these dudes gonna sell jerseys and merchandise, bobbleheads and popcorn, and we can have the number 2 hot dog special on game day? Which one of these guys gonna do that? That's what I'm finna play, because we'll make the 40 million back somewhere else. So this is what I'm gonna do. The first 2 preseason games, I need y'all to dial up some prolific show-stopping offense and make Deshaun look as good as he can. And if that phone don't ring in the first 2 preseason games, we're going with Shedeur the rest of the way, because I have lost money before and I know how to get it back. And the only way we're going to get it back is we got to get number 2 on the field as soon as possible so we can make the playoffs. But I have to, in good faith effort, try to get this booked. But once it don't work, I done lost money before, dog. Like, it's almost like, we talk about when you're going to lay these bets on MyBookie.ag, BiggDogg Chico. Sometimes you get down to the last year of money, you ain't got no choice but to bet it all.
Is good faith something like that's really a good part of business, or a part of business? Like, is that required, or like good faith? I had somebody tell me that the other day. In good faith, I'm going to do this. I'm like, oh, well, is that a part of the contract, or is it? You know what I mean? So, talk to me about good faith.
I think so. I'll tell you why I think so. We have the benefit. We have the benefit of talking about Deshaun because we don't know him. That's still a human being who went through a lot to be a part of this franchise, with rehab and all that. I owe him a shot. I not only owe him a shot on my books with all this money, I owe him a shot to see if he can still do it. For all I know, he's better than he used to be.
We'll see.
Yeah, Chico, you ever had that girl, you and her broke up, but y'all been through a lot together, so you give it one more chance?
So you're saying did I double back? Did I circle the, what is it? Did I spin the block? Oh no. Yeah, I did. You're right.
Yeah, let her prove you wrong, or let her prove you right, and then move on.
That's right. Well, give it up for Deshaun Watson. Yes, Watson. Yes.
But the end of the day, the bottom line for me is Shedeur Sanders is the quarterback on that roster that can win them a playoff game.
Most definitely. And shout out to him. I'll tell you what, he definitely smart enough. And, the news got all the way out here. I was at Leon LaFao's camp, of course. And shout out to, I forget his name. I got to look it up, though. I got it. But he is Jabari Parker's brother, who played with the Milwaukee Bucks. But he came up to me saying, "Hey man, talking to me. I like you guys' podcast. You with the crazy dude on there." I was like, "Yeah, that's Uncle Neely. He cool." He was like, "Yeah, Uncle Neely." And then he was like, "People just don't talk about Shedeur Sanders, man. He just graduated. 3.8, 3.9. People don't talk about that." Man, I was like, "Yeah, you're exactly right. It's not gonna be talked about on mainstream, but we're gonna definitely talk about it." So shout out to Shiggity Shedeur Sanders for graduating, getting his graduation on. That's all I wanted to say.
Chico, do this for me. Do this for me. Speaking of Shedeur, his intelligence and him knowing his intelligence, and also knowing that just because you can't teach me don't mean I can't learn. Maybe you're a bad teacher. Go to the Pregame Show Network Instagram page and play that Shedeur clip I posted just this morning. Because he addresses that. He addresses knowing who he is, knowing how he learns, and how dare somebody say he can't learn. Maybe the problem is that he can't learn. Maybe the problem is you just can't teach.
Which could be which is a real thing that goes on. Did we get Unk stuck again? Unk, my bad. Unk, I don't know why he's freezing up right there. But I agree with you, dog, because it, a good teacher, a good coach will not adjust to just, change his ways, but he'll know how to communicate with each and every player differently. He's going to be him, but he'll know how to find a way. It's why Coach Prime be saying the why for players, right? You got to find out the why. That way I can reach in and I could push those buttons that I know that will get you going. And that's the same thing as a good coach. You got to find out the why in your players and how to communicate with each of them.
But what's your process for learning new concepts and new terminology?
I think I know how I learn. So knowing that I know how I learn is great, and the coaches are able to communicate in different ways to help you learn. And that's why I appreciate the coaching staff, honestly, because it's you could say somebody don't know how to learn, but it's how did the person get all the way to this level if he don't know how to learn? So then you got to change the perspective and think, does he not know how to learn? Oh, mic drop. That's it.
Easy.
But does he not know how to learn, or do I not know how to communicate with him? It's just simple as that. So I'm just thankful that my coaches now, are extremely embracing.
Appreciate it. Back on too.
Yeah, good.
We'll pause right there, Unk, and just get a couple thoughts because.
And that's the difference, Chico.
He said, my coach now, right?
Yeah, that's the difference. My coaches now embrace learning how to communicate with me the way I hear it. Instead of just dismissing it as, oh, man, he can't learn it. Let me teach it the way he learns.
There you go.
Because clearly he has something, because as he said, how could I get to this level, or anybody to get to this level? Graduated college after transferring, Johnny Unitas Award winner, 3 different offense coordinators. So how can I be where I am if I can't learn? The problem was they didn't embrace communicating with me. That's what he was saying. And so shout out to this new staff who communicates with him. And so they know he can learn it.
Right. Man, that's crazy, man. That shows the competence of the coach also, I think. You pointed out last year seeing, the head coach of the Browns, as the quarterback came off the field, pretty much turned his back to him. Of course, we didn't see every damn shot of it, but the shots that we saw that we could take from, we didn't see. If you go look at any of the 30 other teams in the NFL, 30 or 32, whatever it is, you go look at them during the game, you'll see that head coach or offensive coordinator saying that's something, to the quarterback when he comes off the field. Something. I don't care if it's a yell at you. I don't care if it's, hey, or it's not this. What are we doing?
Yeah, dog. And I used to point it out as you did, Chico, and I would always try to give some safe space that, okay, we don't see everything, but body language, if y'all ain't learned nothing from the morning run, mindset is everything to Chico and body language is everything to me. And I saw a lack of both in his previous coaching staff. They didn't have the mindset as in willingness to teach him. And then their body language showed that they were at best indifferent toward him.
Wow.
Where if you look at the places he's been successful, when have you seen Coach Prime, and I don't want to make this about Shedeur, Mata misses or makes a field goal, first person he talked to was Coach Prime, head coach.
Yeah.
When Coach Prime is doing the pregame, he walks the lines, touch every player. So if this guy tells you, this guy being Shedeur, I'm family oriented, I like caring about people and I want to be surrounded by people that care about me. And that's where he performs well. Why would you not try to create that environment for him if you want him to perform well?
You got some hateration in your
I don't think they wanted him to perform well. I don't think they gave a shit.
They couldn't have, because you will see people actively trying to help or trying to give an opinion or trying to give input or something, not just the shout out to Deshaun Watson, not just the quarterback who's hurt over there looking at the iPad with him. you'll see a group of guys over there with the rookie quarterback or the coach or the offensive coordinator, or quarterback's coach over there, going through the iPad with him. So, man, it's just a difference. And you said about Coach Prime touching every player. Coach even touched every coach and staff member before the game that I witnessed when I was on the sideline a couple times. He went up to him and made sure he embraced everybody. You're a part of this. I'm in this with you. We about to play a game. We about to go into this right now. We got to be on the same page, same wavelength, Kind of like what Martina said the other day.
Who got to do it, Chico?
Said the head coach.
I'm not trying to chap you up. You said who about to do it?
Say what? You said
the key word you were using was we.
Oh.
We about to do
exactly.
this. We about to do that. We together. And Cleveland's previous coaching staff, it wasn't no we, it was just him.
I don't know, it kind of went in and out, but you're exactly right. From what I heard, it's about we.
Those are like a real life stock, and I got to be successful. So the profit margin will be good one day. So save all those 12 jerseys. Do not sell them. Do not get rid of them because they're an in-person stock. Appreciate it.
Like what he said there too. That's showing that I got confidence in myself and I have the will to not fail, only to succeed. The way he can go out there and tell people, man, keep them jerseys. Because if somebody that's keeping them jerseys hoping that he doesn't succeed, so they can say whatever about it, but to have the confidence in yourself, to know yourself, to go up there and say and to present himself like he does, Shedeur Sanders. Shout out to my dog, man. Congratulations on the graduation, and keep doing your thing, man. That's what I got to say.
Man, I remember Chico when I was high school, about to get my driver's license like everybody else, and everybody nervous. And they were like, Neely, you nervous? I was like, no. They said, oh, man, why not? I said, there's too many people with them for this shit to be hard.
You feel me?
It can't be that difficult.
Maybe that different.
And when I know it's not a lot of NFL quarterbacks, 32 teams. Let's go with 2 a team. That's 64. Shedeur Sanders know damn well he ain't in that bottom half.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he might not be number 1 through 5, but he know he ain't 60 through 64.
Yeah. It's like you said, though. You go there on the driving test, and I'll put it in football terms. You go to a camp, and you scout all the other guys out there. You're like, okay. Hey, I know why I am just from looking and seeing and observing, and I can see how he move. Oh, he big and he's slow. Oh, he big and not unathletic. Oh, he just tall. Okay, I got this. You know what you can do based off your confidence in yourself, and then you evaluate your competition. You check out the landscape out there. You're like, oh shit, I'm good. And you have the confidence in yourself to carry yourself that way accordingly. So that's just what it is, dog.
Period. Point blank.
Yep. We got something. We have something we can fight about. They said we agree too much.
We disagreed on Halle Berry owning that haircut. I guess they missed that part.
He ain't lying. I ain't with it. I ain't with it.
Everybody stole it from her. Then don't worry about them, Danny, man. If anybody on Quaaludes, we know it's him.
Wake up, tap in, drop a super chat now. Morning run go dumb, funniest in town. If you ain't sub yet, sit your ass down. If you ain't sub yet, sit your ass down. Hey runners, grab your coffee, grab your meds, grab your patience. Cause Chico about to lose his mind in 3, 2. Deep side, Lord, why you give me a little one hand? Like some tribe. Drop that super check. We read everything. More on out. Hey, yo, Mo.